Before we photograph any home on my list, there are 6 things I do in almost every room. They're not expensive, they don't take weeks, but they change everything about how a space reads on screen and how a buyer feels the moment they walk through the door. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zach. I'm a realtor serving Dundas, Ancaster, Burlington, and Hamilton. And I also have a background as a trained artist and as an art teacher. So when I talk about how a home looks and feels, I'm coming at it from a different angle than most agents. Today I want to talk you through exactly what I do before every listing goes live and why each of these moves consistently results in stronger offers. Move 1. Clear the entranceway completely. The entrance is the most overlooked room in a home sale. Buyers form their first impression before they've even stepped inside the property, and that first impression happens in about 3 seconds. So the first thing I do is clear it completely. The family photos come down, the kids' shoes go in a bin. What we're creating is a neutral canvas. Buyers need to be able to picture their own life unfolding in this space. So every personal item you leave out makes it that much harder. Not because your taste is bad, but just because it's yours and not theirs. A clear, calm entrance tells a buyer this home is well cared for. It's organized, it's ready. And that feeling carries through everything that follows. It's a first impression vibe and you don't want to get it wrong. Move 2. Edit every surface to 3 items or fewer. This is the one I have to explain the most because sellers always give me the most pushback. They say, yeah, but I live here. And I understand that. But the moment your home goes on the market, it stops being primarily a place where you live and it starts being a product that you're selling. So every surface, countertops, side tables, bookshelves, bathroom vanities, it gets edited down to only 3 items max and ideally even fewer. Why 3? Because 3 items reads as intentional. 4 or more reads as clutter, and it's just visual psychology. It's a principle that I learned in art school, and it applies to basically everything in real estate as well. Same idea, because really, when you sell a house as a product, you have to look at it as an art composition that people are coming into. After all, people buy through photos first. So if you have a lamp, a plant, a decorative object, that's the counter. If you have a soap dispenser, small plant, and folded hand towel, that's your bathroom vanity. It's just clean, considered, and calm. Move number 3, let in every drop of light. Light is the single most powerful factor in how a room photographs and how a buyer feels standing in it. You can't underestimate how light equals vibe. Most sellers are blocking the light without even realizing it. Heavy drapes come down, they got to get tied back as far as they'll go. Sure, curtains I think are fine because they diffuse light really nicely, but every blind has to get open fully. We want every lamp on, we want light throughout the house, and that includes the layered lighting. So not just the overhead pot lights, ideally you have some lamps and other types of lighting in your house too, which is going to create different shadows and make light move differently in the room. All that is really important to how the space reads to potential buyers coming through. So when I walk in a house to stage, I'm asking, where is the light coming in from? And is there anything blocking it? I just remove whatever is in the light's way. A bright room reads as larger, it reads cleaner and more welcoming. A dark room, even a beautiful dark room with dark paint, moody vibes, it doesn't photograph well and it makes buyers feel something's wrong before they really can articulate what it is. So you always want the lights on and clear sunlight coming through at all times. Move number 4, rearrange your furniture for flow and not comfort. Again, this goes back to the idea that now you're selling a product, you're not just living in that house. So the way you arrange furniture to live in a room is almost never the way that you should arrange it to sell a room. When you live somewhere, you arrange the furniture for comfort. For example, the couch faces the TV, the armchair is by the window where you like to read, and so on. And that makes sense for daily life. But when you're selling, arranging furniture should show the room's potential. That means pulling pieces away from walls slightly, creating clear sight lines from the doorway, making sure that buyers can walk a natural path through the space without navigating around anything. That to them will translate to this idea that, wow, this house has a really nice flow to it. The goal here is for someone to stand in the doorway and immediately understand the room, what it is, how it flows, how you live in it. If they have to figure it out, something's wrong. We're trying to take down all the barriers for the buyers. Move number 5 in staging. You want to add one living thing to every main room. So this is the move that surprises people the most and the one that makes the biggest visual difference in photographs. If you have plants, fresh flowers, even a bowl of fruit in the kitchen, something that's alive, that gives a really good feeling and it looks really good on camera. So living things add warmth, they add scale and color in a way that no accessory can really replicate. Plants are basically like massive sculptures. They signal to a buyer that this is a home, a place where things grow, where someone cares. I always recommend easy architectural plants. Again, like that sculpture feel. So like fiddle-leaf fig or a big snake plant or a monstera, one of my favorites. Something with strong visual presence that doesn't read as fussy, but that has a very big impact. So one per main room, and on photograph day, fresh flowers in the kitchen or the dining room table are a non-negotiable. They're gonna give you that pop of color that will just read as clean and thoughtful for the photos. Maybe that investment looks like $40, but the difference in the photos is significant. Move number 6, make the primary bedroom feel like a hotel. The primary bedroom is the room most buyers are emotionally invested in. That's their room. That's where they have their most private life. And most primary bedrooms are stage strong. The goal is to look like a hotel, like a fancy hotel. White or neutral bedding, crisp, freshly pressed. You want to give the illusion that it is aspirational. So all your personal items are going to go away. You have a lamp on the table, and I wouldn't even put a book on your nightstand, to be honest. All the pillows should be arranged with intention, nothing on the floor, everything just clean. Every personal photograph comes down, closet stays closed. The ensuite gets the same treatment as the kitchen counter, just 3 items max. So what you're creating is a room that says, your life could feel like this. That's what sells a primary bedroom. Not the square footage, it's the feeling. So, in conclusion, these 6 moves won't cost you a renovation budget. Most of them cost nothing at all, just time and intention, and knowing what to look for. They are consistently the difference between a listing that sits and one that sells, because people buy from photos first, and houses are no exception. So between an offer that comes in at asking and the one that comes in above that, you have to have your house staged really well and really intentional. If you are thinking about selling in Dundas, Ancaster, Burlington, Hamilton, or elsewhere, and you would like to talk through your space with me, I'd be more than happy to do that. I love talking about houses and how to make them even better. You can book a free consultation with me. I'm Rebecca Zach. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.